Can I have a prediction from you? Where do you think we'll be in 10 years?
Well, it's very hard to give concrete predictions, but what I do know is that we are at the very beginning, not just Amazon.com, but the entire industry of e-commerce and online shopping. And this is the Kitty Hawk era. 10 years from now, we will know 50 times as much as we know today. It's incredibly exciting.
How does it make you feel to think that someday kids in school will read about your name like we read about Alexander Graham Bell?
Well, I like to think that Amazon.com still has the opportunity to be a footnote in the history of e-commerce. We can, as far as we've come, we can, by not focusing obsessively on the customer, we can still lose our whole opportunity to make that little bit of history. But I think it's very useful to keep focused on the fact that we haven't built an important and lasting company yet. We're on our way, and if we don't, it'll be shame on us, because in the position we're in, we should be able to do that.
Or you can have a career, or you can have a calling. And if you can somehow figure out how to have a calling, you have hit the jackpot, because that's the big deal. Family homeless shelters.
And that will be, you said you would give an initial $2 billion.
Yeah.
You expect to add to that?
Yeah, it's day one. Everything I've ever done has started small. Amazon started with a couple of people, and Blue Origin started with 5 people, and the budget at Blue Origin was very, very small. Now the budget at Blue Origin approaches $1 billion a year. And next year it'll be more than $1 billion. So in Amazon, it literally was 10 people. Today it's 500,000 people, but it's hard to remember for you guys, but for me it's like yesterday I was driving the packages to the post office myself and hoping one day we could afford a forklift. And so for me, I've seen small things get big, and it's part of this day one mentality. I like treating things as if they're small. Amazon, even though it is a large company, I wanted to have the heart and spirit of a small one. And so anyway, the day one foundation is going to be like that. We'll wander a little bit too. So we have some very specific ideas of what we want to do, but I believe in the power of wandering. All of my best decisions in business and in life have been made with heart, intuition, guts, not analysis. When you can make a decision with analysis, you should do so. But it turns out in life that your most important decisions are always made with instinct, intuition, taste, heart. And that's what we'll do with this day one foundation too. It's part of that day one mentality. As we go about, building out this network of nonprofit schools, we'll learn new things and we'll figure out how to make it better.
So one of the decisions that you are doing by...
And the customer is going to be the child. This is so important because that is the secret sauce of Amazon, where there are several principles at Amazon, but the number one thing that has made us successful by far is obsessive, compulsive focus on the customer as opposed to obsession over the competitor. And I talk so often to other CEOs and some other CEOs and also founders and entrepreneurs. And I can tell that even though they're talking about customers, they're really focusing on competitors. And it is a huge advantage to any company if you can stay focused on your customer instead of your competitor. So then you have to identify who is your customer. So at the Washington Post, for example, is the customer the people who buy advertisements from us? No, the customer is the reader. Full stop. The customer is the reader. And then, by the way, where do advertisers want to be? Advertisers want to be where there are readers. So it's really not that complicated. It comes around really well. And in the school, who are the customers? Is it the parents? Is it the teachers? No. It is the child. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to be obsessively, compulsively focused on the child. We're going to be scientific when we can be. And we're going to use heart and intuition when we need to.
When you use your intuition and make decisions, where is the intuition leading you now on your second headquarters?
All right. Can we just take a moment to acknowledge that that may be the best segue in the history of interviewing?
All right.
Seriously, David,
So-
that is
All right.
that's
so
amazing.
The answer is
The answer is very simple. We will announce a decision before the end of this year. So we've made tremendous progress. The team is working their butts off on it, and we will get there. No. You can have a job, or you can have a career, or you can have a calling. And if you can somehow figure out how to have a calling, you have hit the jackpot, because that's the big deal.